It was the day of the fall in the midst of the Garden of Eden. All fruits were ripe on the trees that God had planted, and there was Eve, walking around, searching for food. Out of nowhere, a serpent hung above Eve, examining the first woman on earth. The serpent is a devil sent by Satan. He hissed, imitating his master. And there, the living forms, one ruling and one being ruled, encountered each other under a fruitful tree.
Did God really say that you must not eat from the garden?
God told us not to eat from the trees of goods and evils, but we are free to eat from it anywhere. This is a paradise. There is no worries, no comparisons, no shame, no ugliness, and no thoughts of inferiority. Everything that I need is here at any time. God has given us all this, and I must show my obedience. Given with this heaven, I should definitely obey to God's one rule.
But when you eat from the tree, you will not certainly die. When you eat from the tree, your eyes will open and you will be like God. You will know the goods and evils. What's so bad about it?
Taking in the serpent's advice, Eve nodded while she mumbled her consideration. The fruit from the trees of goods and evils is good to the eye, good for food, and can help Adam and I gain wisdom. We can be like God, and our life will be filled with new possibilities. Yet, why is God forbidding us from eating from the sacred tree? What are we missing out, and why is he hiding from us? Temptation and curiosity curled on Eve's back, and now she is picking from the trees of goods and evils. She simply wanted a better life, with no sense that she already lived in heaven on earth. God saw all this from Adam and Eve's destined plan, yet he did not stop Eve from letting her temptation take her. God trusts Adam and Eve's innocence. God is the giver of free will. He respects Adam and Eve's choice because he knew someday that their descendants would give in to him again. Eve met up with Adam. They each took a bite of the fruit, and immediately their eyes opened wide. Adam, you are naked! Adam immediately covered his body, and his face filled up red. Sin has now taken over, yet Adam and Eve still did not realize that evil was coming. The moment when Eve handed Adam the fruit, humans began to set up their own rules and to break God's rule of love. Pride, stubbornness, and prejudice poured into Adam and Eve's personalities and all of their descendants. Adam, now looking at Eve and at himself, asked his partner,
Are we like God yet?
Now, it was the evening, and God arrived at the Garden of Eden. Adam and Eve hurried and hid among the trees. They covered their faces ashamed of their rebellion.
Where are you, my children?
God knew where they are. Truthfully, he meant, where are you hiding from me?
We heard you entering the garden. We are afraid to hurt your eyes because we were naked, so we hid. Who told you that you were naked?
God questioned humans the second time since the beginning. Truthfully, he meant, why didn't you believe what I told you? Adam sighed and confessed, knowing that God already knew.
The woman gave me a fruit from the forbidden tree, and I ate it.
Now turning to Eve, God asked,
What is it that you have done?
Truthfully, he meant, are you ready to take responsibilities? The serpent tricked me into picking from the trees of goods and evils, and I ate the fruit too. He is the one that you should question. The Garden of Eden rotten with disintegrity, irresponsibility, and shame. Humans denied their disobedience and pushed their responsibilities onto the serpent's head. God knew that humans are not ready to live eternally knowing the goods and evils. To the serpent, he raised his voice.
Since you tempted my humans and turned into Satan's side, cursed you to the lowest level of all animals. Curl on your belly and eat from the ground, for you and your partner would live with enmity, and you will be ruled by all lives.
To Eve, he said,
Since you allowed your curiosity to explode your action, I will make you suffer in pains in childbearing and laboring. You will be ruled over by your husband, and all your desires would be passed by him.
To Adam, he said,
Since you followed your woman's bad behavior and did not stop her, I curse you and your ground. I send you away from paradise and into the dark forest of doom. Produce your own fruits and feed on your own. There will be thrones and thistles, and you will have to work every day until sweat drips down your forehead.
Regardless of his punishments, God made Adam and Eve animal garments to cover up their bodies. God continued taking care of Adam and Eve, their next generation, and all of humans. Though he knew about humans and the fall from the plan, he still created and cared for men like they were his babies. God believed that with the power of his love and truth, humans would one day reach for him once again. Today, the universe is still lovely because God, the transcendent and omnipotent sustainer of life, shields humans from Satan. The universe is now tragic because humans failed to obey God's first favor. The universe is full of selfish, shameless, guilty traitors, but with God's hand, life after the fall can still be a paradise. Life after the fall can never be better than life before the fall. But if we continue to spread God's glory, the Garden of Eden would soon be revived.